What's up, everybody? I hope everyone's doing okay out there. I'm Steven. Welcome to Off the Shelf Movie Night. I've pulled some stuff off the shelf for you tonight, or today, or this morning, or yesterday, or tomorrow, whenever you're watching this video. Anyway, I pulled some stuff off the shelf, just like I hope you do every day when you want to watch something cool on physical media, the way we like to collect film and TV. But I got these things to talk to you about today. If you like this channel, if you like this show, please subscribe and share it out and give us a like, because the likes, in particular, likes and subscribes, really help get the word out about what I'm doing here. And I know there's a lot of other places you could be watching right now, and I'm sure you still watch those, but I thank you for giving me the time to talk to you about my collection and my way of curating media, which I think is a little different sometimes than some of the other channels, and I think it's mainly because I am a filmmaker and I make films. So I look at everything from that perspective. Let's get into this. And this is like super different ends of the shelf here. One is from that end of the shelf, and the other one is definitely from this end of the shelf. Anyway, let's start from this end over here, and that is a new release from Blue Underground. Blue Underground is really pushing the 4K format for us. The boutique distributors in particular are stepping forward to push the bounds of what can be done on 4K and really give us some things that aren't just your typical blockbuster. And what I'm talking about today is Daughters of Darkness. Now, if you want to see an in-depth review, including overextended, probably too many words or whatever, look at the bonus features and the AV quality and that kind of stuff, head over to culturesmash.tv and you can see my full review of that. But I'm just kind of going to go over it a little bit with you. This has been out for a couple of weeks, but I was surprised and excited to see that this just popped up in my mailbox from Blue Underground in order to allow me to share this with you guys. Previously, I had the Blu-ray release of this film. And before that, I had the DVD release. Their DVD was exceptional. Their Blu-ray was library quality for that format when it came out. It went out of print, and subsequently that film went really expensive on the secondary market. So as I was trying to recover my collection from when I was robbed or whatever, we talked about this a lot on the show. I went to buy this Blu-ray on the secondhand market because, of course, it was out of print, and it was just astronomically expensive. So I just backburnered it in the hopes that Blue Underground would probably, give us a new version of the film, and sure enough, they did. So taking a quick look at it, we've got a beautiful lenticular cover here, and I'll just show you the back, so you can maybe pause it and take a look at the read-up and all of the special features that are here. So basically, this is a retelling of the Countess Dracula story, basically female version of Dracula. It is of the era of the 70s, coming out of the sort of sexual revolution and the experimentation that I get. I can only read about it the way you guys do, or maybe have or have not, or whatever. But anyway, it was a time of a lot of sexual experimentation, I understand. And there are definitely, this film is kind of known for the lesbian relationship that's in here. But there's a lot of social commentary in that. There's questions about something like we've seen in Highlander, the boredom of immortality, and what you do to amuse yourself, and that kind of thing. It's when you watch this film, also the male character in particular. It's the story of a couple traveling to the male character's family's house to announce their engagement, and they get sidelined and run into the Countess Dracula and her friend and the things that happen. But the male character is real sketch, especially looking at it from a modern perspective. So jumping ahead to the bonus features, my phone always goes off during the show anyway. I don't know what the problem is. Anyway, looking at one of the bonus features in particular, there is a journalist, a female, bringing that female perspective to a commentary, who knows way more about this film than I do, But it's I think it's a good listen, and you should listen to it after watching the film to help gain some different perspective. It's a great film. It's very atmospheric, very character driven. It is a slow burn. It's not something. There's a little bit of blood here, but the blood never goes to a gore level of excessiveness, and there is substantial nudity here, but it isn't quite to the level of Grindhouse. This is more of like a Eurotrash type of film from the late 60s, early 70s. So you can't go in expecting those things. You really want to go in sort of immersing yourself into the atmosphere and the characters. If you can do that, you'll have a great time with this film. So, with that said, that sort of setting up the film itself, the presentation here is mind-blowing. You're talking about a film that's over 50 years old, and it looks like it was fresh. This was a freshly struck print. What they've done with this 4K presentation is astounding. The HDR color grading that's here really brings back the vibrancy of this film. The Blu-ray that they originally had put out is beautiful, don't get me wrong, and you get a Blu-ray here in case you're not quite ready for 4K but you want to be future-proofing. That is here, and it is beautiful. But multiply it times 4 with the 4K. Detail levels shoot way up, so you get the textures and patterns of clothes, and you really feel that 60s and 70s vibe to their wardrobe, and also a very retro vibe even further back on the Countess, on her wardrobe in particular. Red is a very highlighted color in this film for very obvious reasons, and it just pops. There's a little bit of specular highlighting here that's really beautiful and kind of brings a surreal fantasy feel to the film, and that specular highlighting usually comes on the red lips of the female makeup and the reflections in the blood, and there's this weird sort of, I don't know, I thought of Great Gatsby a little bit in the like utensils and stuff at the dinner table when they're sitting. It's just sort of otherworldly in its look, and it's just gorgeous. Previously we had a DTS mono mix, which is also here, but we get a brand new Atmos mix. This is not an action-packed film, so you're not going to have stuff whooshing and swirling all around you, but it's very immersive, and the score is gorgeous. So that score just pops, and the dialogue is very much in the center channel as it should be, and crisp and clean, and it doesn't have that sort of ADR-ish feel that a lot of older films do have, that sort of separation from the film. This feels all organic and mixed well. There are great interviews with 2 of the female leads from the film. Those are brought over from previous releases. There's theatrical trailers, and we get some new theatrical trailers here specifically for this 4K release. And there's a extensive still gallery, new stuff added to the still gallery here, and we get a new alternate opening credit sequence specific for this. So they did give us a few new things. The biggest, chunkiest new piece is that new commentary. So there's 3 commentaries in total on this thing. So great bonus feature selection. Again, let's take a look at the packaging here and the spine. What I love is they're living, in the world of the artwork that makes sense for the film, but also they're doing this sort of heavy black, very sophisticated, very premium feel to all of their 4Ks, so they look beautiful on the shelf together. Now for this one, the previous 4Ks that I have from them are in black cases, which is fine, that's the 4K thing, but they went with a clear case for this particular release because they had to go with a fatter case, and we'll see why in a second when we talk about 2 additional very special bonus features. Anyway, it does have reversible art. I flipped it to the original artwork here because the side that was here is basically a riff on what's on the slip. So I wanted to have both pieces of art. So opening this baby up, this is very Arrow Video feeling in that they give us a little booklet. Now this is a very tiny booklet compared to other releases, but Arrow Video has done some releases that have a very similar size book. There's great write-ups in here images of the various poster art, some stills. Very cool addition that I wasn't anticipating. So there's that. And on the inside, we get the 4K, we get the Blu-ray, we get the Blu-ray and the 4K here, and then we also get this, which is the complete soundtrack to the film. Soundtrack is beautiful, it is unique, and it's cool to have it here. Now, I know a lot of us don't play CDs anymore. That's the nature of things. But in the right circumstance, like for me, I can use my 4K player, my Xbox, my PlayStation, whatever, to play CDs. And if I'm having a horror-related or Halloween get-together or something, it's very cool to take these soundtracks out from different releases and throw them in the player and let them play. So very cool to still have it. And to have it in this quality. I mean, because we can stream... Oops, sorry, I bumped the mic there. We can stream music for sure, but it's just like film. You get a higher quality version of the music on a CD. You just do. So, very cool package from Blue Underground of a really good movie. But this is premium stuff here. This is a very premium package. So this comes very highly recommended. And again, if you want to see more information about the film, get a little more detail on what it's about, and the special features and AV quality, all that stuff, go to culturesmash.tv and read my review. It's there for you. All right, on the flip side, very much the opposite. I just today got this in from Paramount Pictures, and I wanted to share it with you. This is It's a Wonderful Life, 4K Steelbook. The timing of this arriving is perfect because I didn't get it before Halloween was over. I'm a stickler for the Halloween holiday. It is my favorite holiday of the year, so I'm glad I didn't have to interrupt it with this yet. But now's the time. You know, there's Thanksgiving and Christmas for me are kind of one mix mash of an entire month of long holiday. Anyway, so we have this steelbook here. Let's just open it up and take a look at what we got. I didn't actually know they were doing this, but it makes perfect sense to put this out for the holiday. So we get the 4K Ultra HD, we get a Blu-ray, and we get a digital copy. So there's the front. Here is the back with the write-up about the film, special features. This is a J card, so let's take this J card off here. Cool. Okay. So we get in the front, and this is the back. There we go. And taking a look at the inside, let me just, of course, let me pull out. What do we got in here, actually? What is this? I want to pull out the digital code, of course, but I have an interesting idea for the digital code, and you guys tell me what you think in the comments once I announce my thoughts on this. So there's the inside. You get the DVD, or you get the previous Blu-ray release, and then you get the 4K. So you can go back in the archives. If I can remember, I'll link it in the description. We get no disc art, unfortunately. But I did review this last year when it came out, originally on 4K. That's pretty. Nice artwork on the inside, screenshot from the film. Paramount did quite an incredible job of restoring this film. It is very beautiful in 4K. This is not a transfer. This is a restoration. It's stunning. So there's something in here. I don't know what this is. Maybe we get a poster from Paramount, which is something I don't think we see that. Yep, that's what we get. We get a nice sort of mini poster right there. Very cool. I haven't popped this in, obviously. It just came in today, but a quick look of it. Compared to this, which was last year's 4K, it's pretty much exactly the same release. There's nothing new bonus feature wise. It'll of course be the same transfer. This version was I think a pretty nice slip. I wish they had done alternate artwork on the inside, but they did not. And it has the same discs right there. So I haven't really talked much about the subscribers and stuff. I try to like interact. I do interact with everybody that comments because I appreciate it, and that's what the show is all about, is interacting and talking about film. But we are pushing up to 500 subscribers, and I'm thinking if we can get to 500 subscribers, I should do a giveaway. So I think what I will do, if you guys are interested, is if we can hit 500. I mean, we're moving kind of slow. Part of that's been my fault. I haven't been updating my videos enough, but it's because I had the foot surgery. But I think what I will do is when we hit 500, I'm going to do 2 giveaways. I will give away the digital copy of this movie to one random, well, we won't get into specifics on the contest, but it'll probably be a random winner. And then I'll do this previous 4K release as 2 separate prizes. But that's after we hit 500. When we hit 500, I will announce the contest, we'll start it and do it. And I think that would be really cool. If we can hit that before Christmas, you could have these. I'll mail them out just as soon as we hit 500, I'll run the contest. We'll run it for a couple of days, and somebody will get it really quick. I'll get right to the mail with it. So I think we'll do that because I don't need 2 copies of this film. Technically 4 copies because I have the steel book and now another digital copy. I already have a digital copy and a 4K. So I do like the steel book. I will keep it for the collection back there. But rather than just try and sell this somewhere, which would be my normal move, I should share it with you guys. So I think we should do that. When we hit 500, we'll do a contest, and I'll give these 2 versions of this film away. Sound good? Anyway, that's all I have for you today. I just had these 2 unboxings. I wanted to share them with you, let you know that the Daughters of Darkness review is out there if you want to get into more of a deeper dive into what that film is and the quality of the release. Or you can always comment below, and I'll be happy to talk to you about it because I love talking about physical media. That is what we're here for. Anyway, thank you so much for your subscription. Thank you so much for your likes and comments and following and everything that we've been doing here during all this craziness that's going on in the world. I think it's keeping us all going. The one positive for us, the one silver lining in all of this, is all the amazing catalog titles we are getting on Blu-ray and 4K. So it's been a great year for that. I'm going to do a best of 2020, not best overall, but best that I have purchased. And I'm also going to do a holiday gift guide coming up pretty soon. So stay tuned for those. I've got something really killer coming, I believe, next week that I can't wait to share with you guys. I'm not going to talk about it right now. No one's talking about it on the other channels. No one has mentioned that this is coming out, and I'm just flabbergasted that it hasn't been mentioned. So it's a killer edition. I don't want to spoil it. Just stick with me, and the minute it comes in, I will rip it open right here on the show for you guys. So until next we meet, pull something cool off the shelf, share it with your friends and family, or remind them why physical media is the best way to watch films and TV. I'll see you guys on the next one.